talking about April 10th, Andy. Boot State was the first batter. Bo got the first hit.
Ron Hunt of the Expo scored that. Saw Don Money last night. We're talking about that he had hit the first home run here. And, of course, Senator Jim Bunning won the ball game, 55,000 here then. And here's what happened here today.
Yeah, today's memories, these will be the answers to trivia questions down the line. Interesting, too, that the crowd today was 3,000 larger than it was when the ballpark opened. Huh?
Yeah, well, this place, it's funny, this place got to where you could hold over 60-some thousand at one time. And then, of course, seats were taken out to put in some different luxury boxes and other things like that. And the baseball crowds now are the sellouts are 58 plus, and that's what we had here all weekend. So, yeah, it started out 55, went over 60, and finishes up in 58. Next year, it'll be 42, 43 in that area with the new Citizens Bank Park.
And you don't see anybody leaving, by the way. It's like a fireworks night, except that this is going to be one of a kind. We've had so many great fireworks shows. And, Wills, it also occurs to me that, of course, we're focused on baseball as everybody would expect, but we have to realize that over the years, this ballpark was home to a lot of different things, notably the Eagles, of course, but the great concerts that have been here, some boxing matches, the Army-Navy games, and even some religious revivals.
Oh, yeah. Well, this has been a tremendous facility. It's probably much maligned. I think as much of anything, Andy, was because of the turf that so many people talked about in a negative way, but the Phillies never felt that way about it. Here's your vet season, regular season totals over the years, and look at the innings that were played. Gosh, I'm sitting here. What got me when I looked at it is I think I saw every one of them of those innings that have been played here, and all the attendance of over 66 million, and you see 4,000 home runs. It's just there it is. A look at the vet right now, and we're going to close it down here with some spectacular post-game show. And we don't want to let on a lot of it's going to be, but Larry Schenk has been working on this for and this time last year we went to Cincinnati, Andy, and saw the Reds close, and he was there for that and for some other closings in different ballparks and taking notes on what they want to do or don't want to do. So the way they do things around here, it'll be done right.
Your dear and good friend Denny Lehman was here today. Denny worked here for a long time. He served us our final cheeseburgers at Connie Mack Stadium. And Denny, of course, as I say, is now with the Indians. And I said to Denny, does anybody do ceremonies better than the Phillies? And he said, nobody in baseball.
No, they do a great job. There are a lot of people here that really have a feel for that, for the party that was here last night at the Constitution Center. And that was a great time to see everybody. And this is going to be very, very special today. I mean, it's one of those ones we kid around about a VCR alert. Well, if you're watching us right now, pop a tape in the VCR. You might want to see this again, because they have done a terrific job in putting together a wonderful program we're going to have for you shortly.
Unfortunately, the Phillies could not win this final game. It would have been nice to go out on a happy note with a victory here today. But the Phils came up short. But I think, Wills, thinking back on this year, the final year at Veterans Stadium, it was not a disappointment at all. I think fans may have a little disappointing feeling about it right now, because coming down the stretch, it didn't happen. But you look back on this year, when you leave spring training, your goal is to stay in the race all year, and the Phillies did that.
Yeah, well, it started to fall apart, unfortunately, a little bit last weekend with the Reds losses and then losing to Florida. But, as you said, it was a fun year, Andy.
Well, things are getting ready on the field now. We're going to take a break and come back, so don't go away. The final moments of Veterans Stadium coming up very shortly.
Dodge does trucks like nobody else. During Dodge Truck Month, grab the Hemi-powered Ram 1500, the Ram Heavy-Duty Cummins 600 Turbo Diesel, and more. With some of our best deals, like up to $3,500 cash allowance or 0% financing, plus an additional $1,000 truck month bonus on select Rams, and our 770 Powertrain Limited Warranty. Powerful trucks, powerful offers during Dodge Truck Month. Get a Dodge Ram or Dakota by March 31st and get a no extra charge bed liner now during Dodge Truck Month.
Try as they might, they still can't catch us. The GMC Sierra. GMC announces no checkbook required. Qualified customers lease a new Sierra regular cab two-wheel drive work truck for around $229 a month with zero due at signing. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. See your local GMC dealers.
Veterans Stadium getting ready to celebrate the final moments here. The final innings already have been played. It's That's Andy Musser with Chris Wheeler. And Wheels, a lot of folks that I ran into today were very, very, very nostalgic about these ceremonies here today. It's amazing that so many feelings have built up for what really is just an edifice.
Yeah, well, I think it's a game of baseball that does it too, Andy. I mean, this sport brings people together, brings families together, because, you know, you play all year, it becomes part of people's lives. And there were, you know, everybody wants to talk about some of the bad teams that were here, and there have been bad teams, but there were great teams here too. You had 3 World Series in this stadium. I mean, that's a lot of World Series and many, many good times. That's probably part of the whole thing, I think. The Fanatic, his last dance.
Yeah. And you had 2 All-Star games played here, and some great opposing players. I mean, the great Phillies are going to be back, and you'll be seeing them here before too long. But when you stop and think about all the opposing players that came through this ballpark, it's just amazing.
Yeah, lots of great. And so Willie Mays play here, and Hank Aaron, and so many great players. Well, here's what the Veterans Stadium looks like, of course, and now you're going to take Citizens Bank Park and drop it in there, and it's much smaller. You know, the dimensions are much smaller. It's much more fan-friendly. There are going to be a lot of angles in there, you know, where you get inside the park, home runs, triples, and those kind of things. And of course, the seating is really, really close. So a very, very different. It's a baseball park. I mean, this place was built as a multi-purpose stadium, and it was okay for baseball, okay for football. The new football field across the street evidently is great for football. And this place, Andy's going to be great for baseball.
I had an occasion to be able to see a football game at the Link already, and it is outstanding. And the Fanatic has some friends joining him here this afternoon. It's funny, Will, when you think back at the time that these multi-purpose stadiums were built, they were a compromise in a certain sense. We found that out as the years went by. But really, among the multi-purpose stadiums built, this, I believe, was one of the best.
Oh, absolutely was one of the best, and has been here the longest. I mean, the rest of them have crumbled, basically. St. Louis still has theirs, but theirs is very different because they don't have a football team there anymore, so they were able to make it into a baseball stadium. And they're going to have a new ballpark in a couple years in St. Louis. So, yeah, this thing has held up fine. It's had its share of problems over the year, but it's also had a lot of good things. My point still is, if it hadn't been for the turf, if this been grass and dirt, you'd have heard a lot less bad things said about it over the years, because most of it came from the turf. We're going to head on down to the field right now and join PA announcer Dan Baker.
To help with the closing ceremonies, please welcome the person who was the master of ceremonies right here at Philadelphia Veterans Stadium when the Vet opened in 1971. The voice of the Phillies, Hall of Fame broadcaster, Harry Kellis. Harry Kellis.
Thank you. Thank you all. I love you. Veterans Stadium. God bless you. Thank you so much. Veterans Stadium is a building. The memories come from the great people who work here, the players who grace this field, donning the uniform of the Fightin' Phils. And most of all, the memories come from you, the best fans in America. We love you. There are some of those who can't be with us today who are looking down on us from above. We thank you. Whitey, I know you're with us today. Thank you, Whitey. There's been a lot said and written about Veterans Stadium. Skip Denenberg, a Philadelphia songwriter, folk singer, and Phillies fan, said it best in this musical video you will see on Fanavision.
This place where so many dreams were made. And now that we've come to the end of the road, these memories we share will never fade. You remember the way it used to make us feel. It was so much more than just concrete and steel. Special place, like sacred ground, where so many faithful came to pray. The young and the old were one and the same. We all were so much more than just a game. You remember the way it used to make us feel. It was so much more than just concrete and steel. I've heard it said
It's a place we will remember forever. As you know, baseball is a game of numbers. In the history of Veterans Stadium, 2,617 regular season and 25 postseason games have been played here. More than 500 players have worn Phillies pinstripe uniforms during more than 24,000 innings. The biggest number of all, it's you fans. More than 68 million of you fans have been here to see the Phillies play. Thank you. God bless you. Maybe you saw the last game at Connie Mack Stadium or the first game here at the Vet. Now you're taking part in another historic moment in Phillies history. Perhaps you came to your first game of the Vet with your dad or your mom, a special one-on-one occasion you will always cherish. Perhaps you came to your first game as a family. Family outings have always been one of the many beauties of this great game. Maybe you came with a large group or just a couple of friends or neighbors. Perhaps you had your first date here at the Vet. Maybe even got engaged. It has happened here very often. Perhaps Perhaps the vet was a place you saw only on TV or heard about on radio broadcasts. My colleagues and I were honored to make you part of the vet scene through these 33 years. Veterans Stadium was once a crown jewel, the pride of the city, the team, and the fans. Because of Father Time, the vet's undergone a little wear and tear. It's only fitting that Veterans Stadium be treated with the utmost respect as we begin the closing ceremonies. One more memory we can take with us today. Before we begin the final curtain call, we want to recognize a very special person. He is in his 48th year with the Phillies. He served the organization as a scout, director of the minor leagues, general manager, twice as manager, including the 1983 National League Championship Phillies. Turn your attention to Panavision for a video highlighting the career of a man who was the architect of the great Phillies teams of the 70s and 80s.
Hi, this is Dallas Green. If you had to select an MVP for the 33 years of Veterans Stadium, my most valuable person has to be the Pope, Paul Owens. With almost half a century in professional baseball, I've never seen a better judge of talent or a better ability to know what's in a man's heart. Nobody outworked him, and nobody gave back more to the sport. Most of the players selected by you, the fans, to the All-Veterans Stadium team came courtesy of Mr. Paul Owens. Take a bow, Pope. You certainly deserve it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul the Pope Owens. Thank you, Pope, for the wonderful years you put in to make Veterans Stadium such a great memory for us. Paul the Pope Owens. Veterans Stadium truly is a field of memories, and we are going to go through the years. We ask you to keep your eyes on the field and Panavision as we go through the years of Veterans Stadium, starting with the very first year, 1971.
We want to mention to you, for those of you who are tuning in the broadcast today, there is going to be no further announcement on the PA as these various players come out. It's going to be done in silence for effect. And we want to keep you abreast of who's going to come out. And you see Senator Jim Bunning, Rick Wise, and Don Money.
First year of Veterans Stadium. Jim Bunning with the first game. Rick Wise, of course, pitched the no-hitter that year in Cincinnati, hit 6 home runs for the Phils, and Don Money hit the first home run at Veterans Stadium. Their longtime employees are going to lead the guys out with the flags. That's Michael DeMuzio right there, leading the 71 guys out.
Ready for the 72 team, including Terry Harmon, Mike Ryan, and Willie Montañez.
There's Irish, now living up in New Hampshire and retired, just enjoying himself. And the great Guillermo Willie the Philly Montañez coming out now.
Being represented now by Mike Roganzinski and Wayne Twitchell.
Rogo still makes his home in the area, of course. And Twitch was a member of the All-Star team. is.
'74, being represented by a true gentleman, a fellow who apparently hasn't aged today, Gentleman Jim Lonborg.
Dr. Jim Lonborg, right? A doctor of dental surgery. There's Lonnie. Great hero with the Red Sox.
This next gentleman should gain quite a round of applause as soon as they realize who's coming out, because he was voted many times one of the fan all-time favorites, TT, Tony Taylor.
Tony, longtime member of the Florida Marlins organization, and now basically retired, living in South Florida.
To 76. That was my first year of joining you, Wheels. And skipper Danny Ozark.
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
He's having a great time being back here this weekend. You know, it's been fun to catch up with Danny and talk about the old times. What a good guy.
Led the team to 3 division titles, 76, 77, 78.
And he looks like he's going out to make a pitching change, and here comes Gene Garber behind him, a guy he used to bring into games.
Gino would come in and stop hitting streaks like he did with Pete Rose. Now we go to 1977, and this will be represented by one of baseball's funny guys, Jay Johnstone.
I love Jay here in Philadelphia. Of course, he worked with us on the prison telecast.
'78. One of the great defensive outfielders with the Phillies, Jerry Mud Martin.
Jerry, still a member of the organization, works in the minor leagues.
Full house here at Veterans Stadium to watch these ceremonies. On to 79, representative of that team coming out, Warren Brewstar out of the bullpen.
Brewman, sinker, slider, those nasty eyes. Nobody really liked to hit off him. He did a great job here for a number of years, and he's still on. Another guy who's also a member of the organization working in the minor leagues. Now comes 1980.
Yeah, and we'll have quite a few representatives of this club coming back, as you might imagine. There's the skipper, Dallas Green. Marty Bystrom, Dickie Knowles, Del Unser, Ruben Amaro Jr., and John Vukovic. By the way, Dallas obviously enjoying himself. He was hoarse today, laryngitis.
A lot of guys were thankful for that.
For Dallas to be anywhere near silent is a miracle. There's Dickie Knowles.
Yeah, so Marty come out, he was 5-0 in September. Dickie Knowles, who pitched so well, of course, knocked George Brett down in that World Series game. A lot of people think that changed some things around. Dickie does a great job in the organization now, helping with drug and alcohol counseling.
There's Del Unser.
How many big hits did he get?
Boy, he was amazing off the bench. The world champions that year, and we're wearing gold rings from that year, the only one in the history of the organization.
Kind of neat to these guys that are coming out are still working for the organization, except for Marty Bystrom, who's in private business, but the other guys are all part of the organization.
Ruben Amaro Sr., and of course his son is the assistant general manager of the team, and Ruby involved as well.
Our boy Johnny Bucco.
Third base coach Johnny. He's a wired-in fixture around here.
He can smile. Johnny doesn't smile a whole lot on the field, but there he goes.
Team. Dick Ruthven represents the 81ers.
And Rufus, of course, was a big part of the 80 team, and also an 81 pitcher of the Braves and the Cubs. Son's a pretty good ball player at Georgia.
Go too far to get the 82 representative. Just down in the dugout, we're talking about Greg Gross. Gigi, like Unser, lots of big hits at 82 team.
And Greg Gross is finishing up another year as a Phillies hitting instructor. Andy said you have to go too far to get this guy. Still makes his home in the area.
As we move along to 83, that one, of course, was a pennant-winning year as well. Phillies against the Orioles in the World Series that year, and Bobby Dernier gave us a real thrill that year. And so did Al Holland, who will be right behind Bobby.
Bobby Dernier just did a head first that night. He had that inside the park home run where he slid head first. That was great.
Hope appreciated that.
Yeah. Here comes Bullet, Al Holland.
Mr. T, they called him those days.
He wasn't real familiar with that area.
Heard you guys kid about that quite a bit.
Yeah, he didn't hit too much. Comes Ozzie.
Ozzie had some big hits. We're talking about Ozzie Virgil in 85. One of the all-around good guys. Pump him up, Ozzie.
just sat down out there on the mound. He's a beauty with it. Your classic relief pitcher, Andy.
Yeah, still wearing the socks the same way, too.
Here comes another one.
Oh, yeah. Well, this guy is legitimate because he's a left-hander.
This is another beauty right here.
This is our good friend Don Carmen. Did that game on Prism where the Phillies played the Mets, and this fella hit 2 home runs in the first inning.
And for a long time, the only player in the history of the game to do that, until a couple of Mariners did it, Mike Cameron and Brett Boone. But Ron Hayes had that record. And listen to the cheer for the guy that used to boo. That's nice. For the Cardinals, gosh, he was a tremendous player. Tommy coming here and contributing for a while.
Here's a fellow who pitched a no-hitter in a Phillies uniform. He'll always be remembered for that. Tommy Green.
One of these fun guys to be around.
Giles enjoying the ceremonies as much as anybody here today.
It's just great how many of these guys, they stayed in shape. They look great. It's fun to be around them this weekend. Here comes Duncan.
Mariano Duncan, always a smiling face. Another really good guy to be around.
See the emotions of faces a lot of these guys, Andy's are walking out. Yeah. They're feeling it.
We're going to 94 now, and Smikey Randy Reddy represents that team.
Randy Reddy over the John Kruk deal, San Diego. Had some good years here for the Phils. Now he's a minor league manager in the Brewers organization. The Detroit organization.
In 95, Tyler Green joined the Phillies. And there's
Howard still is in the area, and here comes Gary Varsha, next coach. gentleman in the game right here. A guy that pitched for the Phillies for a few years. Andy now with the Atlanta Braves was injured all year. Paul Berg.
Here's Bernie.
Some of the guys that are still on this club started with 2000.
Right, Ramon Henderson, and of course, is the bullpen coach. Amari Telemaco, who pitched yesterday, and Tomas Perez, who played today. Group of 2001 here as well. Tony Scott, current first base coach. Nick Punto, Jason Michaels, David Coggin, and Brandon Duckworth, all representing 2001.
There, a heck of a year for the Phillies this year. Jason Michaels, he was just tremendous in a utility role. He plays the game right. Some of these young guys like Brandon Duckworth and Nick Punto come walking out on a day like this.
And now we go to last year, and Wheels, these fellas are all still current members of the Phillies.
Sure. Carlos Silva. Some of the guys, had flights and all, maybe won't be part of it. They're trying to bring out as many as possible. Tom Pratt. This next guy coming out, Larry Bowen, did a heck of a thing today. He got him in the game. Dan Plesac might retire after this year. Pratt, a big ovation. But I thought it was really great to see Dan Plesac get the ball game today and get a strikeout, and maybe his last batter that he ever faced. One of the great guys and heck of a pitcher that ever been in the game.
Retire. This is a terrific way for him to remember his final day in a big league uniform.
Yeah, takes a little dirt.
And here comes Vicente Padilla.
That's some year. guy coming out might have been their best pitcher all year. When you get right down to Real Cormier.
He really did. He had a terrific year. Where would the Phillies bullpen have been this year without Real Cormier?
His year started with standing boos. It's interesting. The first game here, he got booed almost out of the ballpark. Listen to this 6 months later. That's what baseball is. That's Kelly Stinnett. Came over to deal from Cincinnati.
Josh Hancock coming out now.
Got to pitch a couple innings today. Some of the young guys, Jeff Geary, Travis Chapman will be coming out behind him. Some of the guys from Scranton got a call up in September, got some major league experience. That's Travis Chapman. That, of course, is Ryan Madsen, the young right-hander, had a fine year at Scranton. Got his major league debut yesterday, pitched a couple scoreless innings. One other young player, Anderson Machado. A big hand for all these guys. Dan Baker's going to take it back pretty soon, Eddie.
The starting lineups for the Philadelphia Phillies.
This will be, of course, the current player and some of the great Phillies from the past who have played the same position. These are the left fielders, Pat Burrell, Milt Thompson, and the bull, Greg Luzinski. Soon be the man who runs Bull's Barbecue on Ashburn Alley next year. And he'll do a fine job at that.
But he will.
He'll let us know what's good out there.
Mighty Bull. Now we go to
What a group this is
center
going to be.
fielders. Yeah. Great center fielders have patrolled here, starting with this year's Marlon Byrd.
Marlon Byrd really had an unbelievable year once he got that leadoff spot. And a lot of hope for him.
Lenny Dykstra, the dude. One of the heroes of the 93 club coming out.
A lot of this is a surprise for the fans right now. I mean, they don't know who's going to be coming out. And this is neat stuff. Gary Lee Maddox.
There he is. Gary Lee coming next after the dude. Home run in the 83 World Series. The right fielder starting with the current occupant, Bobby Abreu, and you see that Nick McBride and Jim Eisenreich will be coming out. Izzy should get a tremendous hand. He was always one of the most popular players, even though he wasn't here all that long.
The hands are going to be sore.
Yeah, right.
There's Shake and Bake. One of our favorites.
Jake and Bake, a
get a few cheers, too. He's done a great job in the booth.
He has. He's been your colleague this summer. There he is.
That boy Johnny.
He's not an athlete. He's a baseball player. Shortstop now and current occupant Jimmy Rollins.
They're pretty good guys coming out right now.
Really.
Jimmy and Kevin Stocker and Larry Bowl will get some ovation. Phillies can't wait to get him back healthy next year.
We're going to have some fan cheers for Dave Hollins and Michael Jack, too, when they come out. Here's Headley. Michael Jack, arguably the best player ever to have worn a Phillies uniform.
Oh, yeah. Here he comes.
right-handed pitchers, of course. We're going to go to the left-handed pitchers next. Here's Randy Wolf. I suppose we're going to see Danny Jackson come out and pump him up. What do you think?
Oh, he'll give him a little show.
I think.
And then the big left-hander will be along.
Oh, yeah. Look at Harry's encouraging Danny Jackson down there to pump him up. There's DJ.
DJ will do something.
Oh, yeah.
The lefty waiting behind him.
You watch. There you go. There you go. Here comes Lefty.
Say no more.
For the Veterans Stadium Field of Memories Heroes. Let's all say goodbye to the vet in song. Would you all please join me in singing Old Lang Syne to our beloved Veterans Stadium? Ceremonies will continue with each player on the field getting one last chance to touch home plate. We'll begin with 1971 and Jim Bunning, the winning pitcher in the first game here in 1971, and we'll continue on through the years with the players touching home plate.
Jim Bunning, as Harry just said, to lead the charge, but after they all touch home plate, there's some other stuff coming. Don't leave.
Jim Bunning. No-hit pitcher Rick Wise. Twitchell, Jim Lundberg, T.T. Tony Taylor, Manager Danny Ozark, Gene Garber,
Randy Mustard and I have goosebumps like boulders. I can't imagine what it's like down there in the field. Anthony Gargano, take it away.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's incredible. The tears are starting to flow. I'm watching the faces of Jim Toney and Lefty, and it's just all over the place. It's amazing.
My partner, L.A. Larry Anderson.
Ozzie Virgil.
Latique Kentacalvi.
Steve Petrosian.
John Carman.
Todd Pratt.
Von Hayes.
Tommy Herr.
Cheetah Tommy Green.
Mariano Duncan.
Itchy Poo Mitch Williams. Randy Reddy.
Tyler Green.
Gary Marshall.
Ricky Bottelico.
Ruben Amaro Jr.
Wayne Gold.
Rico Bronya.
Paul Bird.
Ramon Henderson.
Amari Telemaco.
David Coggan.
Brandon Duckworth.
Jason Michaels.
Nick Punto.
Tony Scott.
Carlos Silva.
The last pitcher to wear the Phillies pinstripes on this mound at the vet, Dan Plesac.
Vicente Padilla.
Joe Kerrigan.
Chase Utley.
Brett Myers.
Real Cormier.
Kelly Stinnett.
Jeff Geary.
Josh Hancock.
Ryan Madsen.
Travis Chapman. Anderson Machado.
Pat Ball.
on this great ball field here at Veterans Stadium. The final moment to take to the mound was time to get one last out. Who do you call up?
those who put this together. I mean, Harry Callis did a great job, Dan Baker alongside, and of course, a real special salute to a guy who works very hard behind the scenes, Larry Schenk, who put this all together. Believe me, when you realize what went on here today, you know this wasn't done on a moment's notice. There he is, the Baron.
I tell you, it's tough to have a dry eye in this place right now, especially when Tug showed up. Oof. That was just fabulous.
Yeah, we got an advanced copy of the script for much of today's ceremony, but not all of it. And we were not privy to know what was going on there at the end, and that was quite an emotional ride for everyone.
There's 1980 right there. Mike Schmidt, Bob Boone, Bull, Larry Ball, Dutch and Lenny behind them. What a great, great day. Wow. And the sun came out about 5 minutes ago. It's almost on cue. It's just beautiful here. Jackson did rip his shirt open for everybody.
Well, we did predict that.
Yeah. There's DJ with the pump it up. There he goes.
That was the 93 bunch.
What a beauty. Oh, wow. When Tug came out of that car. Man.
Great to see Tug smiling.
Right there with Ozzie Virgil, and that moment of Mike Schmidt crossing home plate, the one home run king to the new home run king in this town. That was really touching. And Mike made a point of raising Jim Tomey's arm up in the air like, okay, I did it, but here's your new guy right here.
That's a good sign. Dutchman.
What a hero he was here. That's the ground crew coming out right now in the tuxedos, and those guys play a big part of this ballpark every day, and the players going over to see their...
And you talk about changing roles. They next year will be working with natural grass rather than taking care of AstroTurf or artificial turf as they have all these years. And that's a big change for those guys.
That's a real nice touch, too, to see the guys go over and see the guys on the ground for... What do you have to say? Lefty.
That's all you need to say when you're left-handed and they call you lefty and nothing else. That says it all.
This was not scripted, Andy. This is just all spontaneous. It's just beautiful to watch. Sack might retire. Last pitcher to pitch here at Veterans Stadium for the Phillies.
And look how full this house still is. Not very many people have left. Those who came to the ball game today wanted to see this closing ceremony.
This is a day, Andy, you get caught in traffic, so what? Who cares? Tommy is he lets the fans know him too.
than maybe Dick Allen.
Well, that's right. But Lefty, one of those really serious guys when he was a player. People were afraid to approach him.
Well, he kind of liked it that way.
Yes, he did. But he did.
Great guy. Dallas Green, Paul Owens, Ed Wade.
Those are the folks that have put it all together these years.
So great to see Pope back at the ballpark. Bill Giles.
Goodbye to Veterans Stadium. Thank you, you beautiful fans. You're the greatest in America. And everybody down in this field and everybody with the Phillies organization, we love you. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Thank you so much. And now, Veterans Stadium is like a 3-1 pitch to Michael Jack or to Jim Thome. It's on a long drive. It's out of here. God bless you.
Right now through March 31st, visit your Chevy dealer for the Sign and Drive event. With 0 down payment, 0 due at signing, and 0 security deposit on most Chevy vehicles. Now qualified lessees can lease an Impala sedan for around $219 a month with 0 due at signing. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Call for important lease details. Chevy Sign and Drive event ends March 31st. Chevy, turn the key, start a revolution. See your local Chevy dealer.
Chevrolet shoppers are saving big money at Mall Chevrolet in Cherry Hill. Save big with no interest for 5 years, plus savings and rebates over $10,000, plus no money down. Plus your credit application will not be rejected. And at Mall Chevrolet in Cherry Hill, we'll beat any dealer's trade allowance. Period. No interest for 5 years, plus savings and rebates over $10,000, plus no money down. Plus get out of your current GM lease now with no penalty. Lowest prices, the biggest new and used selection, and unbeatable trade allowances at Mall Chevrolet, Haddonfield Road, Cherry Hill, adjacent to Cherry Hill Mall.
I say goodbye to what we had. The good time that made us laugh, I'll wait them back. I thought we forever's gone now. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know where the road is going to be. All I know saying bye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memory to bring my sunshine and the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take to bring my sunshine and the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Watch Everybody Loves Raymond weeknights at 7:30 on UPN 57.